The Persona games are filled with references to different beliefs and mythologies. As someone who is passionate about myths and legends as well as video games, I thought it would be a good idea to talk a little about the different mythological references in the previous installments. In the Persona universe, the power to call personas is granted by Philemon, a being born from the collective unconscious, who acts as the party's spiritual guide and helper. He appears both in human form and as a butterfly. Philemon is one of the books of the Christian New Testament. It's a prison letter co-authored by Paul the Apostle with Timothy to Philemon, a leader in the Colossian church, and it deals with the themes of forgiveness and reconciliation. The functions related to the customization of personas are performed in a special place called the Velvet Room. There, the character Igor can summon new personas from among the various enemies defeated for a fee. Igor is a stock character assistant to many types of gothic villains, such as Count Dracula or Dr. Victor Frankenstein. In Persona 3, Aegis, a character who appears as an android with short blonde hair and dark blue eyes. She is an anti-shadow weapon and a member of the SEAS. Her name Aegis comes from the word Aegis, and it's identified with protection by a strong force, with its roots in Greek mythology and adopted by the Romans. There are parallels in Norse mythology and Egyptian mythology as well, where the Greek word Aegis is applied by extension. The modern concept of doing something under someone's aegis means doing something under the protection of a powerful, knowledgeable, or benevolent source. Always in Persona 3, Strega is a group of 3 rogue Persona users who use the Dark Hour for their own personal benefits. Strega is the Italian word for witch. The Strega witches are known for feeding on the life forces of humans. They can choose to do so from anyone, but their victim of choice are mostly children. They disguise themselves as feeble old ladies, or in some cases, doctors. A central concept of the series is the collective unconscious, a place generated by the hearts of humanity and from which personas are born. The collective unconscious was generated by the primitive life on Earth as a mean of containing the spiritual essence of Nyx, a spaceborne being whose presence would cause the death of life on Earth. Her body was damaged by the impact and became the moon, while her psyche was left on the surface and locked away at the heart of the collective unconscious. The fragments of Nyx's psyche, known as shadows, are both a threat and a crucial part of humanity's existence. To further help defend against hostile shadows, people generated the deities that exist within the collective unconscious, many of which manifest as personas. In Greek mythology, Nyx is the personification of the night, a shadowy figure who stood at the beginning of creation and gave birth to other personified deities such as Hypnos and Thanatos. Her appearances are sparse in surviving mythology, but reveal her as a figure of such exceptional power and beauty that she is feared by Zeus himself. But what about the personas themselves? Well, obviously they all have roots to different beliefs and legends. It's just impossible to talk about each one of them, but I do want to give a special mention to my favorite one from Persona 4. Izanagi is the protagonist's initial persona. Izanagi's voice prompts him to awaken to the power within. The protagonist then mutters the word persona and summons forth Izanagi. In Japanese mythology, he is a deity born of the 7 divine generations. With his wife Izanami, he gave birth to the many islands of Japan and begat numerous deities, but she died after giving birth to the fire god Kagutsushi. Afterwards, Izanagi paid his wife a visit in the Yumi no Kuni, or the Japanese underworld, in the hopes of retrieving her, but she had partaken of food cooked in the furnace of the underworld, rendering her return impossible. Izanagi betrayed his promise not to look at her and lit up a fire, only to behold her in her monstrous and hellish state. To avenge her shame, Izanami declared to kill 1,000 of his people every day. Izanagi restored that 1,500 will be born every day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and why not consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching.